Sneaker technologies have changed a lot in the last few years. Many of these cushioning technologies from 2020 navigate around some of these fundamental concepts: comfort, cushioning, responsiveness, weight, support, durability, and that is usually paired with some key features of the upper like breathability or traction on the soles. In this video, I want to explore 20 cushioning technologies for sneakers in 2020 so far. What is going on, guys? Hess here, CollectiveKicks.com. If you guys want to shop this week's top sneaker deals, check the link in the description, and happy shopping. And if you guys want to buy any of the sneaker technologies, check the links in the description as well. So hopefully you guys find this video informative. If there's any technologies that I missed that are available in 2020 that you guys can think of, obviously there's more out there, so leave your comments in the comment section, and I'll consider doing a follow-up if this video does well. We're not going to do this in any particular order. Let's go ahead and just start off with Adidas 4D Futurecraft. This unique looking midsole is actually created by digital light synthesis technology. This is made between Adidas and a company named Carbon. It uses a liquid resin material and actually pulls out of the liquid and it hits it with heat. The material is soft and rubbery, and the lattice design is actually through the entire midsole of the shoe, which is something we've noticed on the more recent version of the Adidas Run 4D because the previous versions didn't show you the top or the bottom. It's a comfortable midsole, but it's not the most comfortable one from Adidas. The material is a little bit heavy as well, but all in all, it is a nice, fun, futuristic take on a cushioning system. Next, we have Adidas Boost technology, which is one of my favorites for the last 5 or 6 years. There's basically thousands of super springy thermoplastic polyurethane pellets that are fused together to create the Boost experience. It's one of the best sneaker cushion technologies on the market, in my opinion. The responsiveness of Adidas Boost is really felt, but it's more about the cushion, I think, for most sneakerheads like myself. We just really like the cushioning of the Adidas Boost. In the Ultra Boost and the Yeezys are probably the most notable models that generate most hype nowadays, but the NMDs are great as well. In fact, there's just a ton of other models, and if you see my channel, I've done a lot of videos on Adidas Boost in the past. But I think we're on their 6th or 7th year now, and they're going strong. It's still a really nice technology. Down a level from that, you have Adidas Bounce technology, which is utilized in some basketball shoes and running shoes and training shoes as well. Bounce is a little bit firmer than Boost, but it doesn't have the crazy pellet-like look to the midsoles as Boost has, which is kind of nice for those people that don't like that. I don't think Bounce is as well cushioned as Boost, but it is very responsive, which is good because it is called Bounce. And next from Adidas, we have Cloud Foam, which is kind of two different types of material from what I've seen. Honestly, we've seen Cloud Foam in slides that are amazingly soft and squishy, and you literally sink through your slides. And then I've also seen Cloud Foam in some sneakers, but it just wasn't delivered very well, and it wasn't the same experience as what you get in the slides. It's not even an encased version of what you get in the slides. It's almost like it's a completely different material. But in both cases, the material is fairly lightweight, but it's not very responsive. Next up, we're going to be moving over to Nike, and we have the Nike Air Zoom technology. And this technology uses pressurized air and tightly stretched fibers to absorb impact and then snap back for some fast movement. So it's a Nike Air unit with the tensile fibers inside, and it's pretty amazing stuff. It's actually still used today's market on basketball sneakers and running shoes and everything else because of the responsiveness. It's a pretty cool engineering feat and a way to make that Nike Air gimmicky look actually come to life and be responsive and snappy. Speaking of the gimmicky version, it's the Nike Air itself is a technology that is still around in 2020. I personally think it's a little bit gimmicky, but what it is pressurized air in a durable, flexible membrane to provide lightweight cushioning, and the air compresses on impact and then immediately returns to its original shape and volume, ready for the next impact. It originally debuted in 1979. It is still evolving in this day and age. Speaking of Nike though, we do have Nike Zoom X, which is actually at the talk of the town right now because it was rumored to be banned from the Olympics. However, they decided not to follow through with that ban. Nike Zoom X is different than regular Air Zoom. This is actually a foam-based material instead of an air-based. And supposedly it's lighter and softer and more responsive than any foam by Nike, designed to maximize speed by delivering greater energy return. Zoom X was derived from a foam traditionally used in aerospace innovation, applied for the first time in performance footwear with the Nike Zoom Vaporfly Elite and the 4%. The 4% also has a carbon fiber plate that's shoved in the middle of the Zoom X, which gives you a propelling sensation on your feet, which is why they were considered to be banned because of that propelling motion, which they said was kind of giving people an unfair advantage. I can say Nike Zoom X is amazingly soft. It's really, really squishy and pretty amazing on feet. Next, we have Nike React technology, which is 11% softer and offers 13% more energy return from their previous softest and bounciest cushioning, which I'm assuming they're talking about Lunarlon. It's durable and it's lightweight. In comparison to Nike Zoom X, though, it is not as light as Zoom X, but it is definitely more durable. Zoom X is not durable at all. But the responsiveness of React is pretty amazing, and it does give you a nice cloud-like, soft, pillowy feel on feet. The Nike Infinity Run might be my favorite React shoe that they've released thus far. If you like a versatile sneaker, it's really, really good on feet. Something you can wear for running, gym, groceries, and just everything else. It's just a really nice, well-rounded sneaker. The other one that I really like is a Nike Cruiser One. Really, really crazy amount of React on that one. That feels really good on feet. So I'm definitely a fan of Nike React, and they seem to be putting that on a lot of different models. My suggestion is to try on a bunch of them because some of them are better than others. One thing that I will note is the Pegasus Turbo is actually the best of both worlds. For me, the Pegasus Turbo 2 actually has Nike Zoom X on the top and then React on the bottom half of the midsole, giving you like the perfect little combination of soft and squishy and then more bounce and responsiveness with the dual density foams. That shoe doesn't get enough credit in my opinion. Next up, we have this other technology from Nike. It's kind of the dumbed down version. It's called the Nike Renew technology. Nike Renew is sort of like Nike React, except for not as reactive and not as expensive on the other end. It is lighter than React, however, because most of the Renew shoes I see holes drilled through them, which does take a load off of the shoe a little bit, but all in all, it's just not very good on feet. And I would stay away from the Renew if you can afford the React or anything else above. But I do like the fact that they're giving less expensive models some sort of proprietary treatment. I just don't think it's a very good one, unfortunately. And speaking of not very good, let's go ahead and transition to Nike Joyride. Joyride is a proprietary cushioning system made by thousands of TPU beads. The beads are placed within a zonally tuned pods, which allow the foam to expand in all directions, and they call it multi-directional displacement. Beads are dispersed within the pods and matches zonal tuning that align with the performance needs of specific blah, blah, blah. Here's the reality of that technology. It's terrible. To be honest, it's not that bad on feet. It feels pretty comfortable on feet. It's soft, it's squishy where it needs to be, but there's two flaws in this technology that I've mentioned many times. One, you can't submerge it in water because it's not actually protected. If you do step in the water in the ocean or a lake or a river or a pool, it's going to soak through and you're going to have a really hard time drying out the inside of those pod beds because they're just now full of water and they just don't get out very well, which means some of the yucky smells in there. Besides that, there is the environmental issues, the potential of actually bursting a Joyride open and having the beads come flying out. Not a very good look for the environment and not easy to contain because those balls bounce everywhere. As you guys may or may not have seen my video of me cutting a pair open, it literally dispersed everywhere. It was a mess. Next up, we have the Hoka One, which has this really weird marshmallow soft cushioning system that's really, really thick, but they do have varying thicknesses according to the needs. I'm just basically talking about the very thick ones that I've seen on the Hoka One ones. The naming conventions of the company are honestly a little bit confusing to myself. The ones that I've seen are very, very thick midsoles and have a lot of cushioning on them. You don't get a lot of responsiveness necessarily, but they have a rocking motion on your foot. So they actually do kind of propel you a little bit forward because your foot is rocking on the shoe as the cushioning kind of pushes you forward. So it's an interesting sensation on feet. Overall comfort is there. It's just bizarrely comfortable on feet. So next up we have Asics, and there's a couple different versions of Asics. We have Asics Gel first, which is basically made more for shock absorption in the heel and the forefoot. It's an older technology, but it is noteworthy because it is a comfortable technology. However, it really isn't for lightweight cushioning or responsiveness, which some of the other technologies kind of covers. There's a Flight Foam Light, which has an integrated nanofiber architecture for strength in a lightweight cushioning for longer comfort, supposedly. And then we have the Asics Flight Foam Propel, combining lightweight foam with high energy return elastomer for increased bounce and better performance overall. Next up, we have Under Armour Hover technology, which provides zero gravity feel to maintain energy return and help eliminate impact. So it says. It's sort of like Nike Lunar Lawn, how it's like kind of an encased foam, and some of that foam is actually encased into like a mesh bag sort of thing. It's a very interesting look, but at the end of the day, it's actually really comfortable on feet. It's fairly lightweight as well, and it offers the standard nowadays, which is comfortable and responsive. And in that same vein, we have the Puma Hybrid Foam, which combines Ignite and Energy beads for a soft and responsive feel. Ignite and Energy beads are actually two other proprietary components of Puma. The Energy beads were actually TPU beads that were introduced to the market before Adidas Boost, but Adidas Boost kind of stole the thing. There was like a whole lawsuit that went on back in the day about it because BASF was supposed to be working with Puma, and then they cut their contract and went exclusively with Adidas, and then the rest kind of has been history with Adidas. However, Puma's foam technology never really took off the ground. I do like that they did do the hybrid, though, of the two different technologies to try to make a better technology, and I'll say it is their best one on the market so far, at least in my opinion. And yet another one with some TPU beads. We have ever run from Saucony. It's similar to Boost, similar to Puma hybrid foam with the energy beads. It fuses thousands of bouncy TPU beads together. And once they do this, it actually creates like a Boost-like effect on your feet. And honestly, it feels pretty close to Boost if you had it one shoe of each on side by side. Honestly, they do feel really good. Next up, we have Reebok Zigtek. Now, this is a technology that they've had way back in the day. It kind of died off and they kind of reinvented it and brought it back out in some new forms, which actually I really like, including this new model, the Zig Kinetica. I love what they're doing with that. But overall, it's this technology of the float ride fuel, which is light and responsive, and it delivers an energizing cushioning experience. And then the Zig energy shells around the foam midsole to channel and return kinetic energy of your stride. It's basically like another dual density foam, similar to Nike Lunar Lawn. And honestly, on feet, it feels closer to Adidas Bounce to me than anything else. But all in all, pretty good on feet, and I like the aesthetics and the looks of what they're offering. Next up on the list, we have New Balance, then the Fresh Foam technology, which is engineered for precision, comfort, and lightweight feel. It actually uses lasers to engrave the perforation in the soles to reduce the weight of the shoe. But it's supposed to be a cushioning system that's soft and comfortable, not necessarily responsive. I actually haven't tried that one out yet, but it's one that everybody keeps bugging me on, so maybe I will be buying a pair of those eventually and giving them a try. Another one that I haven't tried yet is the Brooks DNA technology, which is a springy, responsive foam. Supposedly, it captures the energy and returns it back to you. Again, the same thing majority of these cushioning technologies are touting, which in this case, again, it's more focused on the immediate return and the bouncing and spring back, not necessarily the cushion, the lightweight cloud feel, and comfort. And the last two on the list are actually from Crocs. We're going to end the list on Crocs, and rightfully so in my opinion, because some of the technology is actually quite good. Crocs Light is actually a proprietary foam type material from this company, and it's a really decent technology. It's soft and it's durable and it's lightweight and it's somewhat responsive, but mostly the cushioning is there pretty well. At the end of the day, it's a pretty comfortable material just with the regular Crocs. But the one that I actually really like a lot is the Crocs Light Ride. It is the closest thing to like the most comfortable slide that I've had on my feet. It's really soft, it's cloud-like, it's squishy. I wouldn't say overly responsive, but it's more focusing on the cushioning aspect of it, as well as that it's just really lightweight, so it feels like you're not wearing much on your feet. But all in all, it's just one of those technologies that I really actually appreciate, and it's one of those ones that doesn't cost a ton and it still feels really good. But there you have it, over 20 sneaker cushioning technologies for 2020. If you guys like this video, it took me some time to curate for you guys, so if you don't mind hitting the like button, it is much appreciated. And if I missed some that you guys want to see or a follow-up as the year progresses, leave that comment. If you have other suggestions for videos similar to these or the other top 5 videos that I used to do, leave those comments in the comment section. I'm trying to bring back the series a little bit for you guys and for myself because it's super fun to be able to do, and hopefully you guys enjoy the series. But as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, a lot of these companies are really focused on 1, 2, 3 or all of the following: comfort, cushion, responsiveness, weight, support, durability. A lot of them just do comfort thing. A lot of them just do the responsiveness thing. Some do responsiveness and comfort, but not the lightweight. It's fun to see the different angles that companies are taking to make this new technology of foams and rubbers and compounds to make us the perfect experience on feet. And like I like to be able to analyze and break it down just even from a casual perspective because it's fun to know what is out there. Again, if you guys would like to buy any of the technologies that I described in this video, links will be in the description. And subscribe if you guys are new to my channel. Hit the notification bell to be notified of when my videos are posted. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you guys hopefully for some more videos soon. Peace, guys.